Alright, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, the conscious coon killer, killing the coon within me and the coon within you. Now, I believe I've made a video about this before, kind of talking about this, but I kind of just want to kind of jump into it because I know that interracial dating is obviously always and probably forever going to be a hot topic amongst black people, right? And it always kind of gets me thinking though when black men and women call out black folks who date and marry interracially and will say that, oh well, they're self-hater, they're killing the black race, things like this, which I'm not saying that I disagree, just by the way, I'm not defending or saying I'm one side or the other, but I don't see as many black folks saying this about uh same-sex relationships and marriages amongst black people, aka uh black gay men and black lesbians marrying, being married, things like this. Gay marriages within the black community, right? Now, if you believe that a black woman and a white man, or a black man and a white woman, or whatever non-black race getting together is, genetic annihilation, or you believe that they're, a sellout, which once again, I'm not saying I disagree, but this is what you believe. I always just wonder, do we? I'll say we. Do we also collectively believe the same thing about the black LGBT community, the ones that are in, obviously same sex relationships, but it's still a black relationship. It's still, it's still black people together, but it's two black women or it's two black men, right? Because, for example, you have black women that will say, oh, a black man that's with a white woman does not love his mom. He must just hate all black women, or vice versa. You'll have black men saying that, oh well, this black woman is a bad wench. She just has, a white man fetish, or she just hates black men. She must, just hate herself. All this different type of stuff, right? And it's like, okay, couldn't the same thing be said about the black LGBT marriages and whatnot? Then would black lesbians be misandrous? Would black gay men be misogynist? You see what I'm saying? Do black gay men do it, so they hate black women because they're also not with a black woman, just like that black man is with a white woman is not with a black woman. That gay black man is with another black man, not a black woman, and the same thing for black gay women. They're not with black men. And you can say that, oh well, they can't help it, that's just who they want to be with. Okay, so then what about bisexual people that choose to be with somebody of the same sex? See, and you got, for example, this is kind of really what I wanted to get into with the comparisons. To me, this is just something that this is kind of my mind works. It's not me hating. This is not me trying to defend either side. It's just a perspective, right? So, for example, you'll have black women that will say, "Oh, well, why can't you just get with a black woman instead of this white girl who maybe has an ass on her or whatever, is kind of, like a thick white girl, or a white girl that kind of quote unquote tries to act like a black woman, quote unquote, things like this." And it's just like, oh, so black women ain't good enough? Like, why are you going for this non-black woman who is trying to look and be black, so to speak, trying to wear her hair a certain way, maybe trying to over tan, or maybe she's a curvy white girl, something like this, things that we kind of relate as attributes to black women. And I'm like, okay, no arguments there, ladies. But how is this any different than a black lesbian who was with another black woman who was more of a stud or a butch, who wears her hair a certain way, who acts a certain way, who wears her clothes a certain way to act in what we would consider to be more masculine or more of a male type of thing, as far as the social constructs of what, men are and what women are. You got, more feminine gay women, and you have more masculine gay women. It's just like you have more feminine gay men and more masculine gay men. But you see a lot of these gay and or bisexual black women that are feminine, that you couldn't, on paper, you couldn't tell them apart from a straight woman as far as how they look, how they act, everything like this, as far as what we consider to be straight acting, quote unquote, as far as heteronormative uh, perceptions and things like this, right? But then you'll have other gay women that are the more, stud, the more young MA types. Now, the way that young MA acts is more in line with the way that we perceive how men act, or how we perceive men are supposed to act, right? And you have gay black women that specifically want those kind of women who look and act in this way that give off a certain level or a certain type of masculine energy. And then on top of that, these gay black women usually will fuck with these studs who have what? Strap-ons. Not the gun, but strap-on dildos that we know are a fake object that is in the shape of a male sex organ, right? So it's like, okay, so you still want to be penetrated and stimulated by something that is similar to what a black man has naturally, but you don't want a black man. How is that really that much different than the black men who go out of their way to choose to only be with white women who maybe are shaped a certain way, or wear their hair a certain way, maybe they talk a certain way, things like this. And you have black women that see this, like, the Kim Kardashians, they'll call Kim Kardashian out, which I have no problem with, saying that, oh, well, she's trying to, put herself in this, so-called black female image. And you, of course, have black men that want white women, or so-called white women. She's Armenian. They're white, or Eurasian type of women, instead of just getting a straight up black woman, right? And it's like, oh, well, so are we just not good enough? Like, you going for this woman that clearly is trying to present herself as black without actually being black. How? And maybe the thing is, look, there's white women that grow up a certain way, that's what they're comfortable in. The same way you have studs and butches who are comfortable in the way that they present themselves, right? But you have gay women that want that type of energy, that type of presentation for the type of women that they want. But then you ask them, well, damn, if you want to be with a woman who's using a toy on you that's in the shape of what a man has naturally, why not just get with the man? And they'll say, well, I'm not attracted to men. I don't want a man. So does that mean that she hates men, or that she has daddy issues? How is that really that much different than the black men who choose to fuck with Asian women, or non-black Hispanic women, or white women who try to present themselves as a stereotypical black woman, right? So it's like, okay, so these type of black men still want that black female energy, so to speak, but they just want it from a non-black woman. And a lot of black women and men look at this as problematic. And I'm not saying I disagree, but I'm just saying, do we also have the same energy? Are we also going to be consistent with the black LGBT community? Or are people scared of saying anything because they don't want to be labeled as homophobic? And once again, everything I'm saying goes for black gay men who, you might be a more, let's say, masculine type of black gay male who can kind of pass for straight in this, heteronormative society that we live in, but they may prefer or only want to mess with black gay dudes who act extra feminine and act like what we, perceive that, women are supposed to act like in the social construct of gender, blah, 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 right? They might want a black gay man who wears dresses and shit. They might want a drag queen or something, or whatever, right? Or just a very feminine, flamboyantly feminine gay black man. And then you look at them, and it's like, well, damn. Like, this dude is acting very feminine, acting very much like a woman. Why can't this so-called gay black dude just get with a woman then? Get with the black woman then. It's just what this other gay black dude is trying to emulate. So why not just get with the black woman? And they'll tell you, oh, well, I'm not into women, I'm into men. Does that man hate women? Or is it just the straight black dudes who choose to date out, right? Same way you have black women who will choose to date and marry white men, like this Jodie, what's her face that was in Queen and Slim, the woman that played Queen or whatever. I did a review in the movie. she's either just got engaged or got married to a white guy. I believe that she might be pregnant too. I can't remember for sure, but either way, she's with a white man, and she's British, and she stated that, oh well, black men never really gave me compliments on my looks. They would just give me these backhanded compliments saying that I look good for a dark skinned black woman, which is problematic. Black men, please stop saying that dumbass shit. Seriously. At the very least, even if you do feel that way, which you shouldn't, don't say that shit out loud, because all that does, it gives these coons an excuse, right? At the very least, you're a coon too for saying that shit and for thinking that shit. You need to check yourself and figure out why you're saying that shit. But at the very least, don't say that shit out loud. You're just stupid. Don't do it, please. Stop cooning, black man. For real. But you got black women like Queen from Queen of Slim talking about, oh well, black men never gave me a compliment, so you know, white men have said I look good, so that just somehow magically led me to marrying a white man, as if there aren't black men out here who find black women attractive of all shades and in the whole nine, right? Now apparently the area she grew up in London or whatever the hell was predominantly white. So if that's the case, then mathematically speaking, yeah, you're probably going to get more compliments from white men if 90% of the area that you grew up in was white, right? That rhymed. To me, that's still not an excuse. But you got black women out here who will use the excuse of, well, some black men were mean to me, so I had to run to a white man, right? And it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you'll go and mess with this white dude, and you'll have black people calling, black women bad wenches or sellouts, or whatever, for doing this, for not wanting to get with this to get with a black man, right? But you'll have gay black women who also obviously don't want to be with a black man, but they'll be with black women who act quote unquote like a black man, quote unquote, right? Just like you have gay black men who will get with another gay black man who acts quote unquote like a black woman. And it's like, well, dang, why not just get with a black woman then? Or dang, why not just get with a black man then? Right? How is that really any different? I know I was a little all over the place with that. I got somewhere I need to be, but I just wanted to get that out. Something to think about. You got gay black dudes out here with other gay black men who will give off feminine energy, just like you have uh, uh, straight black women who will get with white dudes or other non-black races of men who maybe have a little quote unquote swag to them or will act quote unquote like a black man. And it's like, well, dang, why don't you just get with a black man then? See? And then obviously, like I said, same thing with gay black women and straight black men, so on and so forth. If it's genetic annihilation to be a black woman with a white man or a black man with a white woman, and that's self hate, which I'm not saying that any of these statements are false, then wouldn't it definitely be self hate and genetic annihilation for black LGBT couples? I'm just wondering. Just something to think about. If you have thought about before, if you have, chime in. Let me know. Sorry once again. I know I was all over the place, but just something to think about. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. It's your boy, the conscious coon killer, killing the coon within me and the coon within you. Peace.